All right. So let me turn my microphone down a little bit. Anissa, could you say something real quick just so I can make sure the audio is working fine?
Hello, hello, testing one, two, three.
All right, perfect. Well, let me switch it back over to speaker mode, and you guys can start whenever you want. All right. So turn my microphone down a little bit. Anissa, could you say something real quick just so I can make sure the audio is working fine?
Hello, hello, testing one, two, three.
All right, perfect. Well, let me switch it back over to speaker mode.
Okay, can everyone hear us? All right, so as people arrive, if you want to go ahead and drop in the comments who you are and what company you're with, we'd love to see that. And we'll get started in just 2 minutes. All right, it looks like sound is good. Thank you so much for joining. Looks like we're up to about 200 people tuning in so far, which is awesome. Okay, so while we wait for a few more friends to show up, I'm going to go and get started with a little shout out to all of our sponsors and supporters. We are so grateful to those who helped us in really getting the word out. And now, just minutes before, we crossed the 500 ticket mark, which is so awesome. So we're thrilled to have all of you here with us today. CE Rental, we're so grateful that they have covered all of the expenses related to this. Thank you for those donations. And next up, we had 4 different organizations that were our supporters that helped us to get the word out. So we're just going to read a little blurb from each of them about why they chose to support this Bridging the Gap initiative. So first up is Triangle NACE. NACE is the National Association of Catering and Events. So Triangle NACE is here to educate, promote, and strengthen our industry businesses. We feel that through our programs and networking, we're able to strengthen the industry through connections made and grow our businesses by widening our circle of professionals. We're eager to support Bridging the Gap because we feel that by opening up to all cultures, we're only bettering ourselves personally and professionally. We are so excited to be giving our members the space to meet and hear about some of our Black-owned businesses in the industry and make our network stronger and open up more opportunities for all. So thank you so much to Triangle NACE. Next up, we have Heart of NC Weddings magazine. It's a print and digital wedding planning guide for those whose goal is to plan a beautiful, stress-free wedding while supporting the local community of small businesses, artists, and entrepreneurs. We support Bridging the Gap's initiative to eliminate the racial gap within the wedding industry by building and nourishing authentic relationships between vendors. We look forward to engaging in racial equity dialogue, diversifying our list of preferred vendors, and ensuring that all NC couples see themselves represented in our publications. And you can visit their website at heartofncweddings.com. Thank you so much, Heart of NC Weddings. And 2 more. Next up is the Planners Vault, which is a membership and education site run by Megan Gilligan with the Southern Soiree, which is designed for up-and-coming planners in years 0 through 5 in business. Megan was eager to support Bridging the Gap through the Planners Vault and her wedding industry podcast, Wedding for Real, because she knows now more than ever the importance of amplifying the voices that have been historically underrepresented. Through both platforms, Megan has made a commitment to create a welcoming and inclusive environment for Black business owners with a focus on bringing more Black members into the Planners Vault and more Black industry experts onto her panel. You can visit her Instagrams, Planners Vault and Weddings for Real to learn more. And last but not least, the Rising Tide Society. We have our local Tuesdays Together group, and it's a space that educates and empowers creatives to thrive in the spirit of community over competition. We're honored to support Bridging the Gap because we're committed to seeking and embracing diversity while fostering an environment of inclusion. We believe that together we can leave the creative community and this world a better place than we found it. We look forward to taking some initial steps within our group by hosting a post-event discussion to continue the conversation, as well as identifying a few key areas of improvement to actively pursue together with our members. if you'd like to join or learn more, you can check them out on Facebook. So we're so excited. Tuesdays Together tomorrow at noon is having a post call for companies to think together and brainstorm what they can do to apply some of the things they learned today. So that is so awesome. Awesome. Okay, so my name is Anissa Glines. I'm the owner of Harmony Weddings and Events, a planning company based out of Raleigh. And I also own 2 venues, Forest Hall at Chatham Mills and the Graham Mill. And before we dive in, we have so much to cover today, but I just wanted to thank everyone for taking the time to be here. We are almost at 250 people watching. We know over 500 signed up, and that's no small thing. And I think it really just shows how much this industry is ready to take steps forward and ready to make change and apply all the things we've been seeing over the past weeks, which is awesome. And really, this came out of a conversation with Alana and I. Alana has been someone I've looked up to for many years before even starting my own business. And for the first few years in business, you know, I had gone to networking events that I saw on Instagram, or a friend had invited me, and very often found myself in a position I've been very used to growing up here in the South of being one of the only Black people, if not the only one. Until Alana invited me to a Southern Noir event, and I walked in the room and I could not believe how many Black vendors we had in this community, and felt like, oh my gosh, like clearly we are really segregated. I had been trying to network for 4 years, and still I had so much work to do as someone who is actively seeking out this diversity. So that night I walked away knowing that, you know, steps forward had to be taken, and most of mine were very small things, maybe by individual friendships or conversations or invitations to one event. But as this time in life, you know, came forward with all the series of violence that have just really been amplified through the use of social media, and the conversation about the systemic racism that we have here in America has just become, you know, saturated in every space. It felt like no better time than for us to tackle this topic as an industry. And I think clearly your responses and how many people showed up tonight really says a lot to that. So without taking any more of your time, I'm going to introduce Anna Walker, who's going to really get us oriented before we dive into introducing you to this amazing panel.
Thank you so much, Anissa. Thank you to everyone. The response has been outstanding for this event, which is definitely very encouraging for an African-American woman in the event industry. Just a little bit about myself. Of course, I've been a full, I'm the owner of Ilana Walker Events, which is a full wedding planning company servicing North Carolina and beyond, but I'm also the founder and the CEO of Southern Noir Weddings, which is a inspiration and resource for brides of color getting married in the South. I created Southern Noir Weddings after being in this market for a few years and realizing that there was definitely a division. And I continue to see us reach out and continue to see us, you know, want to work with you all, but unfortunately that didn't really feel reciprocated back. So I gathered my friends together and we created Southern Noir Weddings, and we're able to move forward with this wonderful resource. Before I kind of get into my spiel about everything, I want to just kind of make note that I'm going to refer to us as Black people. And the reason why I'm going to do that is because the term Black people represents the various cultures within being a Black person. That means African Americans, that means Africans, Afro-Latinos, Afro-Caribbeans. We all make up the wedding industry. And so I just want to make sure that I don't overlook that or not speak to that. So I wanted to say that. So thank you all so much for joining us for this event. With so much that's going on this year, I feel like this, it seems like that this is one of the worst years in history, but I don't really feel that way. Instead, I viewed this year as a year of awakening. Awakening to not take our loved ones for granted. An awakening to make sure that our voices are heard by voting, and an awakening that an awakening that now more people are starting to see and understand that all people, regardless of their skin tone, should be treated equally. Okay. From corporate America to the fashion industry to the wedding industry, Black people have had to work extra hard to be seen and heard and treated equal in the workplace. Through 450 plus registered viewers of this event, I'm happy and encouraged to think that finally our market in this industry is ready for change. This event was created because so many of you reached out and said, what can I do to help? What can I do to bring about change? And after speaking with several of my associates and friends within the industry, we had a nice chat, and we talked about, and I heard them, because it's not just a matter of what I think that you all should do, but it is collectively, what we feel like would help the industry. So honestly, positive change towards diverse equality comes in the following ways: equal representation on preferred vendors lists. This offers couples of all colors diversity in their options, and will make Black brides feel like their needs and wants are respected and represented. An equal invitation of representation at open houses, bridal shows, and showcases. Representation on venue and vendor staff is key to making potential couples feel welcome during the site tour process. And if your company wants to represent change and equality, don't be afraid to make a statement and take a stand. Silencing yourself and not saying anything on social media to your peers is not helping the process, especially at this point in time. We need to hear your voice. Not only do we need to hear your voice, but everybody needs to hear your voice, that you stand with us. Because this kind of change happens over time. This is not a race. This is a marathon. And the things that you will do to help us, it's ongoing. It's important to understand that some things that you can do to maintain that change is, as a former director of programs and education for the Raleigh-Durham chapter of ILEA, I encourage organizations like ILEA, NACE, and Triangle Wedding Connections, Tuesdays Together, and any other wedding organization to host a diversity education event led by a diversity specialist who can share even more details on how we can remain equally diverse in this industry moving forward. I think that that's really, really important, ongoing, to keep this going. Also, please know that when you are referring us, while we love to work with Black couples, we also love to work with white couples and Indian couples and Asian couples and any other couples that are out there. So please keep that in mind when you are referring us to your clients. It's also important that our couples see themselves in images displayed on social media, your website, and marketing materials. If our albums and our work can grace your websites, then we should definitely be able to be on preferred vendors lists and things of that nature. We have reached a point where we want this change to happen more than ever, and we can't help but to notice those around us who support us, and we can't help but to notice those around us who don't support us. But yet they may be comfortable taking our business, taking our money, and not reciprocating that support. We know that our couples bring beauty and lots of money to venues and vendors and support us in our guidance we offer them during the planning of their wedding. As a founder of Southern Noir Weddings, I am an open door to assisting any vendor in helping making their business more diverse. Today, you will get to meet 32 well, including me and Anissa, 32 amazing Black wedding professionals. But there are so many more of us out there. And so I definitely encourage you to not only get to know us here, but to step outside of us here and get to know more as well. If ever you need additional referrals, have questions, concerns, or issues, I am literally one phone call away, one email away, and one lunch meetup for tacos and tequila away, okay? Earlier today, Anissa sent you a document with a list of all of these amazing vendors on it. I encourage you to, as they introduce themselves and share their journey, what they have to offer, I encourage you to put a check mark next to the box as a reminder for you to reach out to these amazing couples. The other thing that I also know as a wedding planner is that our word is, it means everything. And so while we're here presenting these wonderful vendors to you, we also understand that you need to do your due diligence in getting to know them, and not only getting to know them to make sure that they're a good fit for you, but also making sure that the vendors are vice versa. that you're a good fit for them as well. So at this time, and I probably scooted through this a little fast, but at this time, I would like to go ahead and roll right into the introductions. And we'll start with Anissa with our first set of amazing vendors.
Thank you, Alana. That was wonderful. And I think also there's so many ideas of ways to get to know these vendors for those who are wanting a way to connect and learn more before maybe adding to your preferred vendors list. Some ideas such as collaborating on a style shoot, inviting them to an open house, going out to coffee or to tacos, might be a socially distant picnic right now, but so many steps forward that we can take to not only diversify these lists, but truly build a sincere friendship with one another. So we're going to get started with 360 Elite Entertainment, Randall and Belinda.
Instead of relying on cookie-cutter traits, our DJs are luxury event music directors, experts at reading a dance floor and know what will make the crowd move. Take a look at our review, and you'll see that we have 5 stars on every platform. We take great pride in providing an elite level of service from the time we connect with a couple until the last song is played. We also provide uplighting, romance in the cloud, a photo booth, and virtual streaming options. So connect with us at 360 Elite Entertainment on all social media platforms to learn more.
Thank you so much. And unfortunately, the sound wasn't working for the first half. We heard it halfway through. Could we start from the beginning again and then get to halfway? We don't want to miss a thing you said.
Thank you.
We saved a little bit of time.
Hi, I'm Belinda Calloway. And I'm Randall Calloway at 360 Elite Entertainment. We've provided DJ and MC services for weddings in the Triangle since 2006. Our unique selling point is we work in DJ and MC teams. When you book our DJ services, we send 2 people to every wedding, a DJ and an MC. We work everywhere, from the beach, ballrooms, to bars. And every time, we bring energy and professionalism. We make it happen by tailoring each event to reflect our couple's distinct style and personality, instead of relying on cookie-cutter traits. Our DJs are luxury event music directors, experts at reading a dance floor and know what will make the crowd move. Take a look at our reviews, and you'll see that we have 5 stars on every platform. We take great pride in providing an elite level of service from the time we connect with a couple until the last song is played. We also provide uplighting, romance in the cloud, a photo booths, and virtual streaming options. So connect with us at 360 Media Entertainment on all social media platforms to learn more.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. I heard it loud and clear that time. Wonderful. Next up is going to be Tay Brown with a venue, Amazing Grace Barn.
Hey everyone, I'm Tay Brown, and my husband Jason and I own First Fruits Farm and Amazing Grace Barn in Lewisburg, just northeast of Raleigh. Our love story began in college and has multiplied to include 8 children and a passion for serving others. Our farm is unique in that we grow fresh produce, raise grass-fed meat, and pastured free-range eggs for donation to partner with organizations that work with food insecure families. We use our historic dairy barn to have a place on our farm to host church, family, and community events. We recently completed renovations on the barn to host weddings and corporate gatherings. Events booked at Amazing Grace Barn are used to support our food donation ministry. Our farm has grown, harvested, and donated over 1 million pounds of fresh produce, and our venue has contributed and impacted almost 1,000 local families. Our motto is never stop giving, never stop loving, and never stop growing.
So beautiful, Tay. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Next up, we have Amber with Images by Amber.
Hello, hello. All right. So hello, everybody. Anissa and Alana, thank you so much for this opportunity to share with so many of our both friends and hopefully friend-to-be vendors out here in the Triangle and all across North Carolina. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Amber Robinson, and I am a Raleigh-based wedding and portrait photographer and a leader in diversity and inclusion conversations. I have been a wedding photographer for 10 years now, and a couple of things about me that you might not know, but I have 77 5-star Google reviews. I have one 4-star review from someone that I don't even know. I have the 2018 20 on the Rise award recipient from the Tuesdays Together. I am a people first and friends always person. I make all of my clients sign in their contract a friendship clause because I really do not believe in inviting strangers into your wedding. It's the day that you have spent the most time planning for. And in my opinion, in order for me to capture the true essence of what makes two people work together, I need to know them like a friend. I am the 2016 through 2019 Editor's Choice Most Published Award recipient. And I believe in diversity and inclusion in the wedding space. And that is not just a racial thing. I love to see inclusion in age differences, body shapes, sexual orientation. I think that we are such a quilt of love and experience. And one of the things that makes my company unique is that I really highlight that in every single thing I do. I even added an inclusion statement on my website. I would love to treat any of you to cupcakes, coffee, or a cocktail so that we can get to know each other a little bit better. You can reach me. All of my social media is at Images by Amber R. I'm in the WeWork building on the 5th floor. And you can reach me at hello@imagesbyamberrobinson.com.
Thank you so much, Amber. Lots of love for those new highlights in the comments. So we'll get to see them later. Okay, next up we have Gia with the Aura Galleria.
Hello, I hope everybody can hear me. I'm Gia Peebles with the Aura Galleria, located in Durham, North Carolina. Again, welcome friends and hope to be, or soon to be friends. I have been in the beauty industry for over 20 years now. I'm originally from Southern California and just fell into my passion of hair. The Aura Galleria is a full service salon. We have 8 stylists, 5 barbers, 4 nail technicians, 2 estheticians, makeup artists, you name it, we offer it. So with that being said, we can provide your brides and grooms any services that they need to be fabulous for their day. Coming from California originally, my background is very diverse. I consider myself a multicultural stylist. I view hair as just a different fabric. So a lot of stylists kind of find themselves in a niche servicing maybe one ethnicity or one population. But I enjoy doing anybody's hair. I feel it's important to be proficient in working with anybody who sits in your chair. I hope that you will look outside of your traditional, hairstylists and barbers and reach out to us as Black individuals or African Americans and broaden your thought process, your experience, add us to your roster so that you're also able to serve anybody who may walk through your door and feel confident with the skills that we bring to the table. I feel it's important that whatever technician you work with, that they be able to serve all people. And we are definitely out here and ready to serve and willing to support you and your communities as much as we support our own and our communities. I feel like connection is important. So yes, you got to have that connection with that bride or groom that you're servicing in order to get the best. We are a concierge service, so we make sure that we take the stress, that they love their styles that they're going to wear for that day so that they can feel fabulous and perfect. You can contact me or any of our technicians here at www.theauragalleria.com. All of our information is listed, and I know Anise and Ilana have provided you all with all of our information as well. I hope to meet you, have an opportunity to work with you, and service your patrons as well. Thank you for having us today.
Thank you so much, Gia. And next up, we have Adiola with Be Murad.
I think she's having trouble with her audio hearing you call her.
Can you hear me now? Okay. All right. So my name is Adiola Glover, and I am a floral designer based out of Durham, North Carolina, but of course I travel. My business name is Be Murad. The name is derived from both my grandmother's names, which were both successful businesswomen. I've been an artist my entire life, and I consider floral design to be an art form. I would describe my style of floral design as garden style with a touch of whimsy. It's very important to me that I'm connecting and I'm listening to my clients because I want to make sure that I'm fusing their personalities into any design that I create on their behalf. And I also want to make sure that I'm capturing whatever vibe it is that they want for their event and for that day. I offer full service floral design. I also have elopement packages for couples who have decided to postpone the big celebration. And I look forward to working with each and every one of you in the future.
Awesome. Thank you so very much, Adiola. And now we will have Marston and Bree Merrill of Cake Couture.
Hello, 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 everyone, and welcome to Cake Couture Boutique. This is my husband, Marston.
Good evening, everyone.
And I'm Bree, and we are the home of the fashionably delicious cake and catering. My husband, Marston, and I started this business 8 years ago. We are currently servicing over 100 clients a year. What many don't know is that, a lot of people come to us for these over-the-top, beautiful, gorgeous, award-winning cakes. But we also have a catering division. He and I both have a background in culinary. I graduated from the Art Institute of Charlotte back in 2004 in culinary, so I am a foodie. Food is life. As soon as my feet hit the floor in the morning, I want to know what we eating for dinner. But at any rate, so we also do, I want to say that we're well-versed when it comes to food. I will say we do a lot of Southern cuisine, Southern comfort foods with more of a modern flair. However, we're well-versed in all types of cultures and diversity and different cuisines and foods. I always tell people that the cake is good, but the food is phenomenal. I encourage anyone that's out there that's listening that has never experienced cake couture and all of its splendor to reach out to us via email or text message, cell phone. It doesn't necessarily matter. I would absolutely love to host you here at our brick and mortar that is conveniently located right behind the Triangle Mall in the Pointer Village Shopping Center. I hope to hear from you soon. And I always say, do something fun, eat something good. Toodles.
Thank you so much, guys. Some of my favorite people. Next up is Chaz Reed of Chaz Reed Films.
Oh, hello, hello, hello. Is this thing working? Did somebody say Chaz? Hey, what's going on, everybody? I'm Chaz Reed Films. So I've been filming weddings going on now for 3 years. I started filming in 2015. Long story short, Alana, she told me to write out all this stuff. So I wrote like this really long list, but then she was like, you only have 1 minute.
I'm so sorry. I'm just cheating getting on the phone, even though I'm supposed to be on this call.
Oh, Gia, can you please mute?
Oh, Lord.
I'm so sorry for the confusion.
Lord.
This has just come up, and you know what I'm saying.
There we go.
Got
it.
So, so she told me to write this long list, and I wrote it, and I was like, man, this isn't me. You know, I'm extremely laid back. I feel like every wedding, I feel like I've met all family members. All the vendors that I meet, I consider them friends and family, So, this is what I do. We do weddings, we do commercials. We used to do music videos, but that didn't, I don't really like music videos anymore, to make a long story short. So, feel free to contact me. Phone number is 919-330-3759. Website is Chaz Reed Films. All my social media is Chaz Reed Films as well.
Thanks, Chaz. Thank you so much. Next up, we have Allison Kim Perry with Cute Buttons Gift and Paper.
Okay. Hello, everyone. I'm Allison Perry with Cute Buttons Gift and Paper. I'm the owner and stationery stylist. We are a full-service brick and mortar stationery shop located in Park West Village in Morrisville, North Carolina. And what is something special about me? I love paper. Love, love, love paper. Stationery, paper. I'm a writer by trade. So what we do at Cute Buttons is we sell wedding and party invitations, personalized stationery, and custom invitations, as well as lifestyle retail products. We've been working with couples since we opened our doors in 2008. And I just have a screenshot of some of the wedding invitations that we've done. We do all kinds of printing processes, from engraving to letterpress to thermography. We do all types of embellishments like pockets, belly bands, anything that guys and girls envision, we love to create. I have about 17 different designer vendors, from Designers Fine Press to Crane to Vera Wang papers, as well as custom. We work with 2 custom designers. I want to personally thank the vendors who I've worked with the past, and there have been a lot of you on this call, so thank you over the years for referring us. And I'm excited to have the opportunity to work with people in the future. And one way to do that is to invite you to come to our store and come see us. Come get a feel for the atmosphere. You can see the papers on the walls, and I'm just so appreciative to still be in business after all these years. And if we can be helpful to anyone, let us know, and collaborations are important. And that's what we like to do. And again, Allison Perry, and I just want to say I do love paper. Thanks.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Allison. Next up, we have Anthony Garnes with DJ Harlem Entertainment.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Anthony Garnes. I am the owner of DJ Harlem Entertainment. I've been DJing for a little over 15 years now and have been in the wedding industry for the last 5 years. The services we offer, DJing, emceeing, our very popular Mirror Me photo booth, Harlem's Cloud, also known as Dancing in the Clouds. We also have wireless uplighting, monogram projection and design. I do encourage everyone that's listening today to visit our website at djharlem.com for more information and details on our wow factor. Let's talk about client benefits. We have a client login. This enables our clients to share information with us in regards to the song listing, bridal party names, all the information that is pertinent to the DJ on the day of an event. All of our packages come with unlimited consults. We also offer 10% discounts on all vendors that do refer us and place us on their referral vendor list. Check out my social media handles. You can email me if you have any more questions. On Facebook, it's DJ Harlem Entertainment. On Instagram, it's I am DJ Harlem. And of course, our website, as discussed earlier, is djharlem.com. I look forward to meeting some of you through some networking events and other events we have around the Triangle area.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Anthony. Next up, we have my day one. I've known him for I've known him for 10 years, 8 days ago. It is DJ Massey, Mr. Brian Massey.
Thank you, Alana. Thank you for all the vendors out there, everybody in the YouTube chat. Welcome. My name is Brian Massey. I am the head DJ of DJ Massey production. I've been DJing for 10 plus years, as Alana has stated, primarily serving the Raleigh-Durham area, but has gone up to and over in the East Coast to Delaware, Baltimore, Maryland, and even Florida. I primarily have a premium sound, uplighting for venues that do not have it. I specialize in hip hop, R&B, but can also diversify into soft rock, top 40 hits. Love is a mixtape. That's our motto here. So as you know, the mixtape keeps going. Let me be your guide. Let me be your captain. I'd love to see work with more vendors, and have a good time, and keep it going. So thank you.
Thank you so much, everyone. First off, to all of our viewers, the comments are amazing. There is so much love coming at every single one of you. Please keep it up. And everyone who's on the call, make sure you go after and read them. There's also a lot of requests to see your face. So if you are doing a screen share, make sure you share your face after, because they're excited to see you. Okay, next up, we have Donnell Perry with Donnell Perry Photography.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Donnell Perry. I'm the owner and lead photographer of Donnell Perry Photography. Our wedding and portrait photography company has been operating here locally in the Triangle for the past 5 years. My journey into the wedding industry began about 7 years ago as a second shooter, working with some of my favorite photographers. Through their mentorship, guidance, I was able to hone in my skills. I attended photography workshops and focused on my goal of developing my craft. I had the pleasure of watching and being a part of truly magical days that other wedding vendors created for couples. Then my company was born. I think all of us want our clients to have that kind of magical experience. You know, when you look for a photographer, you need someone who can both be always present and also fade into the background. This is an art form. You also want someone who can laugh with the bride and groom and enjoy their special day. My goal is for them to remember their time with me as special and fun. That has been the case in order to capture the raw emotion of love and passion of the day. That's why I love what I do. That's my passion. You probably share the similar love of weddings or you wouldn't be here. Reach out to me. I enjoy getting to know my clients and vendors on a personal level. Those long-lasting relationships have played a special part in my company's success and experience of many couples. I love to work with some of you and enjoy the magic in the day as well. It's been a pleasure to meet you with this evening, and I look forward to meeting some of you in person in the future. Thank you.
That was beautiful, Donnell. Who makes me miss weddings? Okay, next up we have Elizabeth Ashley & Co. E. Ashley Green.
Hello, everyone out there. Let me go ahead and share. Okay. So I'm actually going to start out with my website. Hi.
I'm sorry, Ashley, hang on 1 second. Donnell, we need you to
No worries.
end your screen share.
Get on, Donnell.
Hi.
It's okay. It's all right because Donnell and I used to work together. So I'm one of those ones he's talking about. All right. So we are Elizabeth, Ashley, and Co. Can everyone hear me okay? Okay, good. And we are open and ready to serve. There are a lot of companies that are not open right now. So I just want to point that out. And thank you guys for having us here. This is a huge honor. We do weddings, lifestyle, and branding. I am Ashley, that's me. That is also my logo. We are a wedding and personal branding, and we do lifestyle. We serve amazing couples and creative, and work with other creatives all throughout the area. And we have been in business for 10 years as well. And I really am in business because of the warm and fuzzies that this gives me, you know. I also want to show this part here. You guys see this little video? This next little video? Yeah? Okay, good. Because I can't tell what you guys can see. All right. So I'm going to show this and just kind of give it to you without the audio. So I pride myself in hiring diverse staff as well. So we have diverse staff, we have diverse clients already. And we service so many different couples throughout the East Coast, because this wedding was actually in Virginia. And so this is just a little bit of behind the scenes videos of us working, and then you actually get to see the picture that we took as we're taking these pictures. So that is how that came out. And I'm gonna stop it on this one after you see this crazy time with that little one there. And that's how that turned out. Okay, and then I wanna switch it on over to something else that makes us a little bit unique in this area is our beautiful studio that we just opened. That's me cutting the ribbon with my parents next to me. I'll just play just a little bit.
Congratulations on the grand opening of your new location. I am excited to be here to celebrate Ashley's grand opening.
Congratulations to Ashley. Just want to wish you well on your new business. I am so very proud of her.
Super blessed and happy to be here for Ashley.
Ashley really has a gift.
I'm so proud of what Ashley has accomplished over the years.
Congratulations, Ashley. Look forward to your business in the future. It's so inspiring to see you go from one studio to a bigger and better studio.
Definitely want to be here to support one of the best photographers that we have around.
She's always been a great friend, always been supportive of me, so I want to be supportive of her.
You know how people get when they're kind of nervous and upset, and she has a calming spirit for them. And that is just a moment that I can remember what we were thinking. I remember how excited we were.
So uplifting, you are always positive, you're always encouraging. I see the hard work that goes into it behind the scenes, and just know.
I'll stop the share so you guys can see my face. Okay, so that is what we do. I am a proud owner of Elizabeth, Ashley & Co. We have lovely staff that work with us, a few admins, a few editors, a few photographers. So excited to work with more of you coming up. Thanks.
Thank you so much. And next up, we have Janine Cargo with Gavin Christensen Bridal.
Hi, can you hear me? So my name is Janine Cargo. I am the owner of Gavin Christensen Bridal. We are a bridal boutique that's in downtown Durham, North Carolina, right on historic Paris Street. We offer bridal gowns, bridesmaids, tuxedo rentals and sales, and also accessories, flower girls. So anything that you think of when you want to outfit your bridal party or your bride. We carry designers that are based in the US. We also have international designers, and we're really proud to be one of 3 boutiques that offers a Black designer, Pantora Bridal as well. So pretty diverse collection that we have in store. My intro into the wedding industry started in 2006 when I planned my first wedding in Charlotte for a client, and I've been in the industry working just in other special events as well. My reason for Gavin Christensen was that when I found out I was getting married and got proposed to, went out, looked for dresses, and had issues with finding diverse imagery with designers, and then also size inclusion as well. So Gavin Christensen was born. We are committed to changing the imagery of what is shown in the bridal industry as it pertains to apparel, so that we can see girls of all shapes and sizes and colors. And so we're starting with one bride and one style shoot at a time. You can find us on social media. Our Instagram, Facebook is Gavin Christensen Bridal. You can contact us by email, hello@gavinchristensenbridal.com. And we're also really super proud that through this pandemic, we've still been able to service brides as recently as Sunday, selling a dress to a bride who's getting married August the 1st. So if you have any clients that are looking for dresses, we work with designers that pride themselves on having things that are accessible for quick turnaround. So check us out.
Thank you so much, Janine. Next up, we have Derek Phillips with Hot Seats.
Hi, good evening, everyone. I hope everyone is doing well. I'm so excited about this opportunity, and thank you, Ilana and Southern Noir, for this amazing venue and platform. My name is Derek Phillips, and I am the owner of Hope Seats. It's pronounced Hope. It's a French word, but people in the South, they don't know French very well, so they call it Hot Seats. I started Hot Seats in 2017. I actually incorporated it and actually started business operations in 2018 as a way to add an additional stream of income to a former event planning venture. Additionally, I saw that there was segmentation within the event rental industry where a lot of minority ownership as well as our minority clientele were not feeling that they were fairly represented. So as a means of me starting this business, I started this company as a boutique event rental company, and we offer several things such as Chivalry chairs, specialty boutique furniture, lounge furniture, and other offerings. And so this was a way for us to gain some segmentation in the event rental market, and to kind of mitigate some of the disparities that many of our clientele felt that they were facing with other larger event rental companies. Our goal here at Hot Seats is to provide excellent luxury style furniture, and I'll share just a brief little bit of our website. You can find a lot of our collections, and there I am again, I'm the owner, and you can find a lot of our collections. We have Hope Collection, which is a lot of our luxury dining furniture and things of that nature, as well as our Phantom Collection, which is a collection of different style ghost chairs. And just go to our website and look at all the different things that we offer. We're certainly looking forward to connecting with all of you who all are joining us tonight. So drop a fist bump in the comments below if you are excited about it. But if you are an event rental company, we would love to partner with you to mitigate some of the disparities that many of our African-American clientele feel. We have a large segment of South Asian weddings that we serve, and we have a large amount of Chivalry chairs, which has become our bread and butter for our business. So we are excited about working with event planners and venues and hotels and
the organizers and the sponsors for putting on this event. Let me share my presentation with you. All right, awesome. So my name is DeJuan Jones, and I am the owner and lead photographer of In His Image Photography. I'd like to give you a little bit more information about me. Am I sharing my screen with you? Awesome. So
and actually, it looks like it is appearing black on the YouTube feed.
Sorry, minor glitch. I got it fixed. We're good again.
Okay, great.
All right, awesome. So I came to North Carolina by way of the Marine Corps and decided to make North Carolina my home after graduating from North Carolina State University. Since then, I married an amazing woman. We've been married for 15 years, which has impacted the way that I look at weddings in an amazing way. And here of recent, I've continued to work on my craft, whether through scholastic education, workshops and such, as well as help younger photographers along the way. My team has photographed, or we photograph, about 40 weddings each year. Personally, I'm a second generation wedding photographer. And together, we've been able to be published over 100 times, and that's actually a conservative number, over the last 3 years. In our efforts with our clients to help them not only with beautiful images, but to help them enjoy their day to the fullest, has allowed us to amass over 300 5-star reviews combined on the Knot as well as Wedding Wire. But as photographers, it's easy to identify us as wedding photographers, but the truth is my team and I pride ourselves on being wedding professionals. You can find us on social media at In His Image Photo, and you can reach us easily via our website at IHIP, which is an acronym for In His Image Photography.me. Thank you.
All right, so moving on to the next segment, and just want to give everyone a reminder that we have 1 minute for each person, or 1 minute for each company. So next up, Indulge Catering, Precious Jewel, and Jacqueline Zabrinski White.
Hello, everyone. How are you doing? So we are Indulge Catering LLC. My name is Queen Precious Jewel Zabriskie White, and this is my wife, Jacqueline Zabriskie White. And we are full service traveling chefs. We provide catering for weddings, events, corporate and university events. And when we say traveling, we've done events from Maryland to New York, of course, North Carolina, and hopefully 2020 will open back up so we can do more traveling events. We pride ourselves on providing you with an indulgent experience. So what that is VIP custom white glove service where we customize the menu and your culinary experience just based upon you. We have specialized in really kind of honing in on doing a hodgepodge or a mix of Southern and Haitian, Black and Polish, and it's because I'm from the Bronx. So being from the Bronx, I eat a lot of different types of food, and I grew up cooking a lot of different types of food. So for the last 6 years, we've been in business for 6 years, providing culinary experiences, and I forgot what I was going to say. And so we like to say we haven't met a stranger. So we call Jacqueline, or Jay, the mayor of Durham, North Carolina, and she truly is from here, and she has not met a stranger yet.
Yes, we like all our clients to feel like family. And once you're around us, you can just feel the love and our positive energy that we exude on a daily basis. And we put that in your food.
Yep.
You can definitely feel it.
We feel that this is a blessed journey, and we have been very blessed to be able to cook for a lot of different people, a lot of celebrities here. And so we're very thankful of that. We're looking to expand further into the weddings and more high-end weddings. So if you being a full service caterer, we also can provide a lot of we partner with a lot of different rental companies and event planners to really customize your day for you. So you can reach us on all social media of Indulge Catering LLC or Indulge Catering NC. And we would love for you to follow us on YouTube or on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter as well.
And thank you for the organizers and the sponsors that put this on. We're definitely thankful.
Yes.
And we look to service all of you in the future.
Provide you indulgent flavor bombs. Also, we have a spice line, so we would love for y'all to also purchase our spice line as well. Spice line and barbecue line. So I had to say that.
Thank you so very much, ladies. Thank you so very much. Next up, we have Lasondra Booth with Integrity Strings.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you, Ilana and Anissa, and to all the sponsors today. I am the owner of Integrity Strings. My name is Lasondra Booth. And really, Integrity Strings is what you're going to get when you hire us. We are honest, reliable, and professional musicians. As you can see, my cello is here in the background. And what we offer, we are either a soloist, we will offer a package of a string duo, string trio, or string quartet. Basically, we are a group of 8 musicians who are all minorities, all people of color. There are 7 Black people and 1 Native American. So when you hire us, not only are you going to get a great representation of our culture, but you're also going to get musical excellence in everything that we do. We can play anything from Bach to Beethoven to Beyonce. I recently worked with Alana and the Bride Wanted Dangerously in Love. And so she got 6 string players playing Dangerously in Love. So we are very bride-centered and bride-focused. We are going to execute your vision above and beyond and meet and exceed your expectations. Some of our high-profile clients include the owner of the Tanger Outlet Malls. So we performed for his wedding. We also performed for Justice Sherry Beasley when she got inaugurated. We performed for her. So we don't just do weddings. We also play for corporate events, birthdays, and school assemblies. So if you're looking for a group to enhance your special day, call Integrity Strings.
Awesome. Thank you so very much. Thank you so very much. Next up, we have Dawn Downey with Michelle Dawn Photography.
Hey, Ilana. First off, hey. Okay, good. So I just want to take this moment to thank you, Ilana, and you, Anissa, for this platform. I saw the list and I'm super excited that there's so many people that I know that I've met with in the industry. And so this has just been, it's been amazing so far. So first of all, I'm Dawn Downey with Michelle Dawn Photography. And I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen with you guys. So some of you all may know me as Chronicles Photography. I was Chronicles Photography for about 7 years or so. But at the beginning of this year, I decided that I wanted to do a rebrand. And so I am located in Wake Forest, North Carolina. And as I said, I've been doing this for 7 years. It's 8 years this year. And I'm just super excited. My photography has given me an opportunity to travel to places like the Outer Banks, North Carolina, New York, Jamaica, and destinations all around the world. And so through that, I've been able to just get comfortable with my clients, become a part of their families, and just bring them an experience that they feel the connection, that we all feel a connection. So that's what I bring to the table. If you all are interested in following me, my Instagram handle is Michelle Dawn Photography or Michelle Dawn Photo. And you can find me on the internet at www.IamMichelleDawn.com. Thank you.
Thank you so very much, Dawn. Next up, we have Joanna Little with Onay's Engagements.
Hey, everybody. I want to first say thank you to Alana and Anissa for having me. I feel honored to be a part of this project. And I want to say hey to all of my frienders. Y'all look so good. I miss seeing you and working with you, and I cannot wait to get back to it. So it's great seeing y'all. Anywho, my name is Joanna Onay, and I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. The name of my company is Onay's Engagements, and we provide wedding and event floral design for the stylish and sophisticated. Our tagline is Celebrate Love Beautifully, and we do just that. So a few fun facts about us. First of all, the name of my company is Onays. That's how you pronounce it. Onay is my middle name. And don't be afraid to mess that up because I've gotten onesies and all other kinds of things. So it's actually pronounced Onays. We started in 2014 and it started out of my garage. So I started doing flowers out of my garage and it grew into this beautiful, beautiful business. I also started formally as a planner. So for those of you who know me in that capacity, we no longer offer planning services, but we now have a team of 17 fabulous designers, including 3 lead designers. So we can take on multiple weddings per weekend. We've also been recently featured in The Real Housewives of Atlanta on Bravo TV. That was super fun. Our services, we offer floral and event design for weddings and milestone events and corporate events. Our packages start at $5K, so we do have a $5K minimum for those of you who are seriously interested in using us. And we have just launched the floral and event design education program called the Luxe Curators Design School. Our style or our design aesthetic is super modern, super glam, over the top drama. I love lush, complex textures, but we can do it all. And we definitely love to cater to our bride and make sure that when they walk in the space that we've designed, that they are brought to tears and so overwhelmed at the wow factor that we've provided. We also love creating unique spins on traditional floral mechanics and traditional design mechanics. So that's a little bit about us. I look forward to meeting new friends and working with new folks. And again, thank you for your time. See you soon. Peace.
Thank you so much, Joanna. Thank you so much. Next up, we have a independent person in this space. He's the only one of his kind. This is Jameson Sanders with Robert Jameson Collection.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Jameson Sanders. I am the owner, the designer of Robert Jameson Collection. We specialize in custom suiting, shoes, and different aesthetics for grooming services. Let me share my screen really quick for you. There we go. Like I said, we focus on and our collection breakdown basically consists of suiting, shoes. We have various wedding packages as well. When it comes to the suiting factor for your custom suit, we start with the fabric, we start with the style, the cut, and we have various design options all the way down to the floor. You have your shoes. We have over 350 different styles and options. All of our shoes are custom and they're handmade in Spain. I work with quite a few people that is actually on this Zoom video call tonight, and we offer various wedding packages, anything from supporting the groom all the way down to the groomsmen. And also we just consult with all of our grooms and groomsmen in regards to their styling needs. So if that's a specific type of lapel, or even sitting down with some of the brides to figure out, what the correct colors for the wedding are, because we know sometimes the grooms, they're out of sight, out of mind. So it's sometimes good to have the brides in the meeting room as well. One thing that we do that may be a little bit different from some other companies is we have day of services as well. So our day of services, they basically consist of me assisting the groom and the groomsmen in preparing for the wedding, making sure everything is aligned, making sure everything is ironed properly, and definitely making sure everything fits properly for their big day. Not to take too much more time, but if you are interested in the Robert Jameson Collection services and our custom suiting, my website is robertjamesoncollection.com. My email is info@robertjamesoncollection.com. My telephone number is below, and you can also follow me on Facebook and Instagram. And just to give you just a sneak peek of some of our work, this is one of the clients that I had where I helped him with the day of services. This is another client that I work with, and then this is another suit that I've had the opportunity to design for myself. So if you are interested in custom suiting and styling, we are the perfect fit for you. I believe in when you look good, you feel good. A lot of the times we also know that the big day is, centered around the bride, but I like to look at it as the groom matters too. So if you're interested, feel free to reach out to us, and I'll be looking forward to hearing from you soon.
Absolutely, he does, and lots of interest in the comments. So that is wonderful. Okay, just a reminder, I hope you're checking off on your worksheets, everyone listening, all the incredible vendors you're excited to reach out to. Okay, next up, we have Sharon Davis with S. Davis Makeup Artistry.
Hello, everyone. Thank you again for having me up here. It's a big deal, considering we're in an industry where there's a lot of makeup artists. So to still be counted in the number, it means a lot to me. Again, I am Sharon Davis. I'm the owner of Sharon S. Davis Makeup Artistry. You may have heard me as S. Davis Makeup Artistry, and I'm located in the Durham-Raleigh area. I service brides outside of that as well. And I have been a professional makeup artist over 15 years. My journey started at the Makeup Designery School in Burbank, California, which led to a very successful freelance career, which then opened the door for me to go into retail cosmetics for 8 years. And within that 8 years, I was a beauty educator for a corporate company for 3 years. So it was really a great experience, which also translated into education. I did a lot of education, and also I'm an art teacher. So note that I have the patience of an angel. So I specialize in conventional makeup artistry as well as airbrush makeup artistry. I work on all skin types, skin tones, textures. So the clients that sit in my chair come in all ages, races, sex, and creed. So I don't discriminate, and I love that about my business. With my past experience, makeup artistry is not just about makeup. It really is about the experience. I want my brides, and I work hard to make my brides feel like the celebrity that they are on that day. I want them to look back on their pictures and that event and remember, like, wow, it's been 3, 4, 5 years, but it still feels like this thing happened yesterday. So I aim to create timeless, beautiful bridal looks for my clients. And my goal, again, is to create that for them, that they can remember that they felt like a princess for their day. So I look forward to connecting with you all. Please, I invite you to just check out my website at www.s.davis.com. So that's SDOTDABIS.com. So that'll lead you to all my social media platforms. So I look forward to connecting with you all. Thank you.
Thank you, Sharon. Next up, we have Sabrina with Sabrina Seymour Events.
There we go. All right. Hi, everyone. My name is Sabrina Seymour with Sabrina Seymour Events. I started my wedding and event journey in 2011. So in August, I will celebrate 9 years of business. My niche market, honestly, is destination weddings. Back in 2016, I had an opportunity to plan a wedding in Santorini, Greece. I knew nothing about Greece. I just saw the pictures online and said, one day I want to go there. Did all my research, looked it up, planned the wedding. I had an amazing time. And since then, we do on average anywhere from about 10 to 15 weddings outside of North Carolina, and about 5 of them are actually outside of the country. So I work with a lot of you all as it relates to traveling. I thank you all for the opportunity, and I would be a fool if I did not also plug my women's media outlet company called The Prevailing Woman. I've worked with a lot of you all to help because we do put on events specifically directed for women. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you, Sabrina. Next up, we have Brandy with Sugar Euphoria.
Hi, everybody. I'm so excited to be here today and tell you all about my company. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with you guys. So at Sugar Euphoria, our philosophy is really simple. We create each cake and dessert bar from scratch to suit our clients' unique style. Our fine art wedding cakes and beautifully designed dessert bars are designed by drawing inspiration from nature, color, and texture. And I did want to let you guys know that we recently launched a line of signature cakes for smaller events. I know with all of the mandates in place, a lot of your clients have had to reduce their guest count. So we are offering cakes in our signature styles. All they have to do is let us know which style they love, what flavor they want, and we will create it for them. So it can be either in a single tier or with 2 tiers. And I know so many of you on the chat. For those of you that I've never met, feel free to reach out to me. I would love to meet you all. And my contact information is right here. So find us at sugareuphoria.com or connect with us on social media at Sugar Euphoria. Thank you.
Thank you, Randy. And next up, we have Miata with Smile and Style photo booths.
Hello, guys. Thank you for having me. Can you hear me now? Great. My name is Miata Richards. Myself and my husband own Smile and Style photo booths. We also have 2 dedicated professional employees who wear professional uniforms to all of our events. We also have a DJ that, in case anybody is interested in a bundle package. We've been in business since 2017. We offer 3 types of photo booths. We have a selfie station, a magic mirror, and our newest photo booth, which is the Tower Magic Mirror. Our photo booths are fun, interactive, super affordable, that allow you guys to print your photos out on the spot. And also you can text your photos to your phone as well. Also, you can also play games on the photo booth as well. We service the entire East Coast. And if you guys want to show us some social media love, you can follow us on Instagram at Smile and Style 2 underscores. And our Facebook page is Smile, the Sign and Style Photo Booths. Our website is www.smileandstylephotobooths.com. And if anybody wanted to reach me out on my cell phone, my personal cell phone is 919-308-8483. Thank you again for having me, and be blessed.
Thank you so much. And next we have Taji with Taji Natural Hairstyling.
Hi, how is everyone doing this evening? I just wanted to again say thank you. I'm honored to be here today. And I know a lot of the different vendors. I worked with some of you guys. My name is Taji, and the name of our salon is Taji Natural Hairstyling. We've been in business in this area for over 20 years doing natural hair. And about 2016, I decided to start doing a lot of natural hair brides. And the reason was because I had a lot of my natural hair clients tell me that they didn't want to wear their natural hair for their wedding because they didn't feel like it was elegant enough, or, it didn't fit a special event. And that was just heartbreaking for me. So I set out on a mission to try and promote natural hair bridal styles. And I did this by, working with other photographers and videographers to create a platform that would really kind of show the world how beautiful, versatile, glamorous, sexy natural hair can be. And it is totally suitable for your wedding. Of course it should be, it's your hair. And so that was kind of something that we did. We did a natural hair bridal showcase in 2015. That was amazing, to showcase natural hairstyles for your wedding, for men, women, children, everyone in the wedding party. So that is just another facet of our business that we have attached. And I've been able to work with work with brides who have locks or short hair, long hair, all different types of natural hair. And it's just been great to see the progression of the image of natural hair, our beautiful textures out there on social media, in magazines. And I just really want to be a part of that and love being at the forefront of that. So if you have a bride that has natural hair, encourage her to come and see us about how she can showcase her natural tresses on her wedding day and see how amazing that would be. We are on social media, Taji Salon on Instagram. We love collaborating with all of these amazing creative people, and hit us up. We would love to work with everyone. Thank you so much for the opportunity to be here.
Wow. First of all, let me just say that these comments, the comment section on YouTube, they are lit. Okay, so thank you everyone for the engaging conversations in the chat. Also, sharing your personal thoughts and opinions about each of the venue or vendors that are talking here today. I'm beside myself. Okay, I'm completely beside myself. Before we move on to our final 4 amazing vendor introductions, I'm sure that you all can notice that it's 7:46. And but you know what we're going to do? We have really important questions, and we're going to keep on going. We understand if you can't stay and join us, but of course, we ask our speakers who have questions, who've been appointed questions, to hang in with us. And we also encourage our viewers that have tuned in to hang in with us too. We're gonna get through these final 4, and then we're gonna jump right into our Q&As, okay? So thank you so much for hanging in there and sharing your thoughts and just being a part of this moment. Next up, we have Miss Tiwa Lawrence, who is Tiwa Lawrence makeup artist.
Hello, everyone. My name is Tiwa Lawrence. I'm the lead makeup artist. Can you hear me? Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Tiwa Lawrence. I'm the lead makeup artist at Tiwa Lawrence Makeup Artistry. I'm a beauty educator, and I consider myself the bride's makeup artist. I've been a makeup artist since 2005, 15 years to be exact. And with every bride I've had the pleasure of working with, I give them my undivided attention, and I cater to all her specific beauty needs. I attract the discerning bride who likes a polished, clean, yet elegant makeup look. I've worked really, really hard over the years to perfect makeup on all skin tones, from the deepest skin to the fairest skin. My work has been featured in multiple magazines, including bridal and beauty publications. You can also check out what my lovely clients have had to say about me online, like on Wedding Wire, and other online platforms. I have over 100 reviews, and they're all more than 5. They're all 5 points or more. One of the biggest points I want to tell you right now is to just keep, if you can, if possible, please follow me on Instagram at Tiwa Lawrence. It's a great way to get updates and to keep up with my beauty journey, and it's a great way to see what I have in store.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Tiwa. Next up, we have Pastor Tori Moore with Tori's Officiant Services.
Hello, everyone. Well, I am the preacher of the bunch, so I'm going to try to keep it to 1 minute. That's going to be a challenge. But I just want to say good evening to everybody. I feel like I'm the baby in the industry. I just celebrated 1 year, and the welcome has been overwhelming. They told me when I started to get into this dynamic industry that y'all weren't going to let me in. You are a tight-knit group, and and the inclusion has blown my mind, because you have included me. You have accepted me, not knowing my work. I kind of like a baby that hit the ground walking. So first of all, I want to thank you for that. I want to thank you for the warm welcome on this side and on the other side. I am Pastor Tori Moore, and I own Tori's Officiant Services. I also offer premarital counseling, and I tell love stories. Every one of my couples is like a snowflake. They're all different. I have been very fortunate to to witness diversity and inclusion out of the 85 weddings that I were able to do last year, 85 in 365 days. But that was because of a lot of blood, sweat, and tears. It was a lot of individual marketing. It was a lot of paying for leads. It was not because I was on anyone's preferred vendor list. So that is, why I'm here tonight. Because although I have had that great success, if you look at tietheknotwithtori.com, you'll see my portfolio. I have literally married every race there is, including other. Like literally. So I to be on a preferred list is truly the next step. I think that is what we're all here for, diversity and inclusion, because a lot of times my couples find me because there is no diversity for an officiant on the venues list. So although I would love to work with everybody, this call tonight is to the venues, because it's a need, obviously. When my couples call me, they said I didn't find anyone there that fit what I'm looking for. So there is a fit, like Alana said, on both sides. So I'm grateful for this platform. I'm grateful for those that are taking all of this into consideration. And I mean, it's just something that we all have to take a part of. So I just ask that you just take a look at my work at tietheknotwithtori.com. I know you see me on Facebook because they call me the overposter. That's not going to change. It's not, because sometimes we got to fight for what we want. And that's why you see me there every day promoting and marketing and doing what I love, because this is my passion. And it's my passion also for couples to find what they need and what fits them, and so that their day is amazing all the way around. So I am so grateful that you guys let me in. That was a myth. This industry is beautiful. This industry is very tight knit. We take care of each other on both sides. So I am very grateful tonight, and thank you for having me as a part of the conversation.
Thank you so very much. Next up, we have Natalege Bryant with Virginia & Co.
You got it. You did it. Can everybody hear me? Perfect. So I'm going to share my screen. I am Natalege Bryant, executive chef and owner of Virginia & Co. Catering Company based here in Durham, North Carolina. We are a full-service catering company specializing in American cuisine with a Southern flair. Whether it's designing the perfect pre-dinner cocktail appetizer or creating an abundant feast like our signature grazing table, we tailor each morsel of food to design a unique menu specific to you. We have a wide range of catering packages and services, including wedding catering, functions, corporate events, and office catering events. We are passionate about delicious, simple, well-executed food that is sourced locally and creating an atmosphere where the service is flawless, the ambiance is on point, and every detail is considered. For more information about us, you can follow us on Instagram at Virginia & Co. NC, and you can check us out on our website at www.virginiaandco.com, where you can also buy my first cookbook that drops next Tuesday, which I'm super excited about. And we can't wait to be your newest addition to your preferred vendor list.
Thank you so very much. Last but certainly not least, we have Miss Joyce Pate with Virtue Events.
I guess you saved the old lady for last. So hi, everyone. Joyce Pate with Virtue Events. We have been in the industry for 20 years. So I am probably the oldest person in the industry on this call. So thankful to Alana, thankful to Anissa for having me here. We are headquartered in Durham, North Carolina. We are currently servicing clients in 24 cities across the United States, and recently acquired venues in downtown Durham. So we look forward to meeting you. You can find us everywhere every social platform at Virtue Events, double E in the middle, S on the end. And we look forward to working with you, meeting you, and even if you just need to call us to talk, we're available. Thanks so much.
Love that. Well, everybody, I know we're from home, but give those vendors a round of applause. That was amazing. I don't know how you're going to pick who even to start with. Email everyone. And we really hope that this excitement that we're seeing in the comments translates to action, that you do reach out, that you do take a look at that preferred vendors list, that you do think next time for your open house, because you have so many incredible vendors here to choose from. So we are so excited. So now we're going to switch gears just a little bit. We got over 50 phenomenal questions submitted that people wanted to talk about this evening. And so obviously we can't cover all of them, and we're already over time, but we're thrilled to see how many are going to stay. And we still have 250 viewers, so that's awesome. But we've grouped similar questions into themes, and we've asked just a few panelists to speak briefly on each question. We don't have an opportunity to open it all, but we picked a few ones that we hope will be able to give some great nuggets of knowledge. So first up, we're gonna have Anthony, DJ Harlem, and Dewan to answer this question. So as a Black vendor in the industry, what ways do you experience unintentional racism? Times even well-meaning white people express or give implications that make you feel invalidated or unequal. So these are all questions from our local vendors. So we're going to start with Anthony.
Yeah, so, as from the DJ's perspective, whenever I see referrals come in from planners, other vendors, not some, but all, but you kind of notice a trend. I've been in this industry for over 7 years, and you notice a trend that you only get the Black client referred to you. As a DJ, and especially all the DJs that are tuned in right now, Mass Appeal 360, we are very diverse DJs. We have a portfolio. We take very good pride in knowing what we're doing, genres of music, very diverse portfolio. I think that, implicit biases, right? We tend to do things and habits, and they turn into biases. So I think that's something that, we can all be cognitive of and understand that, especially during this call and moving forward.
Thank you so much, Anthony. Dewan?
Well, I like to say that the Lord has blessed me more than my fair share of forgetfulness, and especially when it comes to negative experiences. But one thing that's reoccurring, and this, because we've been at this, personally, I've been photographing weddings. I photographed my first wedding in 1999, is showing up at a wedding with my team. And shout out to my second shooter, Lauren, who's been with me for 4 years now. When we show up to a venue or working with a planner or a team that we haven't met with before, it's a bit of a reoccurring we laugh at it, but Lauren has to remind people that she's not the boss, that I'm the boss, right? So there's this. When we arrive, there's this assumption that the Caucasian member of the group is the owner of the company or the person leading the team, right? And so instead of just asking the question, they just begin talking to her, and she has to remind them who's actually either the owner or who's running, managing the activities on that day. Now, fortunately, because we've been at it for so long, it's not something that we see with those that we know, of course. But it's one of those things that still happens, right? Whether it's with Lauren or any of the other photographers that are not Black that work with us.
Gotcha. Okay. Our next question is, what can we do to help diversify the triangle wedding industry and better support Black vendors? Randall with 360 Elite Entertainment, we'd love to hear your thoughts.
Thank you again, everyone, for staying with us and for the great questions that we have. And one thing that I would say is to really, I think relationships really matter. Because as we know, People tend to, as was said earlier, work with people that they know, that they like, that they have dinner with. So, with that being said, I think some of the vendors and venues who may be connected with some of the groups that we know in the area, like Aaliyah and Nace, if we could serve as inclusion ambassadors, so to speak, and invite to some of the events where we may, as Anissa mentioned earlier, be the only person of color, the only Black person there. After a while, it gets sort of exhausting and you just kind of, stop attending. But if we're invited, or you show up with someone and they know that you're coming, that's a good way to get started. So I always like to say relationships matter. I mean, this would help me get started. There were other DJs in the area, Joe Bun, Peter, and Island Sounds, and a host of other people who kind of helped, foster some of the relationships I had. And I had to go out and find those, but it would be nice to have somebody kind of, walk you into these situations. So that's what I would say to start.
Awesome. Joy?
Yeah, so I would start off being very clear about the definition of diversity and inclusion. Diversity is a buzzword that several marketing campaigns actually use. But when we talk about inclusion, the baseline for inclusion is equity. And so if you think about me inviting all of you to my house for my birthday party and you coming to my house, that's diversity. If I actually bring you to my table to eat, that's inclusion. And so understanding the difference between those two things is important, but also understanding that there are so many opportunities to diversify and be inclusive in the weddings industry. That is your preferred vendor list. That is speaking at any of your in-house events. That is meeting with your clients and consulting them on different cultures. That is actually just having coffee and sitting down and getting to know other vendors of color. So I would start there, understanding the difference. And then from that difference, you can actually plug and play accordingly based on your business model. There are several examples of how you can be inclusive.
Thank you so much, Joy. We got a lot of questions on the theme of language. So we tried to merge these into one that Allison is going to share some thoughts on, but how can we make sure our language is supportive, appropriate, authentic, and shows that we are really an ally to the Black Lives Matter movement? What wording and phrasing is problematic? So we know that's a lot, Allison, but we're grateful for your insights.
Sure. I would like to start out by saying language, I'm going to do more of what you do versus what you say, because at some point the cameras are going to stop rolling and spotlight is going to go off of this. So we can say all we want, but let's talk about what we need to do. So language to me is who is representing you and who are you representing? When you're on your social media platforms, when you're having people come and visit you, when you're in your space and in your studio, what is the language that you are putting out there? That I love how Joy talked about inclusion versus diversity. That is such a big deal. Who are you representing? Are you taking stock of all of your social media posts? I mean, have you gone back to look at to make sure that they're not just non-people of color or Black people? This is so important because everyone can provide lip service, but now's the time to talk about action. Are your Black people are not monolithic, so your Black brides are not monolithic. You've got preppy brides, you've got traditional brides, you've got modern brides. So we need to treat them just like you would treat any other group. Are we discussions that you're having with your people on your team? Who's in the room when you're having these discussions? All this is language. You can't talk about inclusion and diversity and you're sitting around a room and there's no one in the room who represents African Americans. That's just not a smart thing to do, and that's just not a realistic thing to do. People are asking, are there types of books or resources? We look at Style Me Pretty is huge, but there's so many things of African American lifestyle. You've got Essence, you've got Munaluchi Bride, Black Southern Belle Collective, all types of things. So let's go out of our way and get out of our comfort zone and find again that the Black bride is not monolithic. So let's look and see what types of other opportunities you can to really portray the language that you're putting out to other people.
Awesome. All right. How can we best show our support for Black-owned businesses on our social media channels without seeming overly politically correct or seeking likes? We're going to ask Joanna first to answer that question.
I'm here. So yes, I think that it's of course important, obviously, that we need to see ourselves in your feeds, and not just as an accessory, but as genuine clientele that you are interested in serving in the same way that you are interested in serving white clientele. So people of color should not just be sprinkled haphazardly throughout your feeds, but they should be displayed. And just as Allison said, Black people are, not one homogenous group of people. So we are just as complex and we are just as different as any other group of people. And so that diversity, even within our race, should be displayed on your social media feeds. And also, I think it's important that you should follow, comment, like, share vendors in this industry who are Black or people of color. Just as you would build that relationship on social media with anyone else, making a genuine effort to build that relationship on social media with vendors of color is very helpful, and not pretending that you don't see us or that we're not there, because we're not invisible. So it's just as easy to find a Black vendor on Instagram just as it is to find any other vendor that you may seek or may want to contract with or refer services to. So it's really mostly about doing your research and making meaningful connections.
Awesome. Donnell, do you have any thoughts about the matter?
I actually do. This is a great question. When our brides are looking for inspiration, whether that's social media, websites, they want to see Black couples. Brides, they want to see diversity. They want to feel included. And a great way to show, to be inclusive, is to share the couple's love story. Maybe share how they met on social media. Make the post focused on the couple and the magic that was created on their special day. But I believe that's a great first step to meeting that goal.
So great. Thank you so much. So we have a lot of vendors who submitted questions who are right now serving predominantly white clients and wanting to take steps to advertise towards and serve a greater diversity of clients, and wondering what that first step is. How do I advertise and show my desire to work with a more diverse set of clients? So Randy and Tiwa are going to share with us on this topic. So Randy, we'll start with you.
Hey everybody. So the main thing that I would suggest to you is to take a look at your marketing materials, your social media, your website, and really take stock of who it is that you're portraying on there. You won't attract Black couples if they aren't being displayed, like so many of the people on the Zoom call have said. So my advice to you is to highlight any former clients that you've had who are Black on all of these platforms. And if you've never worked with a Black couple before, then I would suggest that you reach out to Black vendors, those of us on this platform or others that you've come across, and see if they're willing to provide their services for a style shoot. Now, I will say that you may need to expect that they will charge for some of these services to help you with your marketing, but I think that's a great first step. And once you've done that, then you can go ahead and submit these clients and their weddings to various publications and start feeding them into your Pinterest boards. And once people see that you're actively engaging and working with these people, then you'll attract more brides, more Black brides and people of color.
Excellent. Thank you, Randy. Tiwa?
Okay, so I just want to add on to what Randy said, and everybody has actually addressed a lot of these things. What I think that we have to dial this back just a bit and just figure out why it is actually important to do this. One of the biggest things I notice when I deal with brides and when I deal with brides and thinking, and I'm going to speak more as a client in this case, not seeing yourself represented sends a strong message. It's a message that you're silently putting out there, but not realizing just how strong it is that you're emitting this by what you show. What story are you trying to tell as a vendor? What messaging are you trying to come across with your brand? And I spoke about this at a panel earlier this week, so I might be a little bit repetitious, but I do want to make sure I share it on this platform because it's something that I want everybody to understand, people that are watching and everybody who is interested in diversifying their advertising, their marketing, and their business. Seeing yourself makes things seem possible. And when you think about like TV shows, people of influence, celebrities, and just anybody growing up, or just as we move on to our careers as wedding professionals, it allows us to envision ourselves. It allows us to envision ourselves in that space. Meaning, if I don't see myself, for example, if I go to a photographer's page and I'm looking at his portfolio, I'm looking through, I'm checking everything. I notice I love his work, for example, I love his style. But as I continue, I don't see myself in his images. Then I start to automatically think, can he light me? Meaning, can he put light on me to make me look good? Will he be able to show my complexion as it truly is? Will I look gray? I start to think about those very, very important, simple. It seems pretty naive, but it's very normal to think that if you don't see yourself. For example, with the makeup artist, if I pull up her page or his page and I notice that, I don't see myself, I'll start to think, will he be able or she be able to understand my complexion? Will she be able?
Tiwa, you accidentally muted yourself.
Sorry, can you hear me? Sorry, I said something about a photographer. Did you hear that part about the photography? Okay, so for example, with a wedding planner, if there's a wedding planner and I look at her work or his work and I notice that, I don't see anybody that looks like me, I start to automatically think, will they understand me culturally? Will they be able to take care of my needs as a Black bride or a multicultural couple? So some quick solutions that I really want to give right here, and some people have touched on it, but I think I want to share my own ideas. Always, in 2020, advertising is not all about paying to advertise. Now our advertising comes from us because we have control of our social media and our websites and things like that. So what I would appeal to you as a solution is to have clear, defined messaging on your website, your social media. Actually post the Black brides and multicultural brides, or just any people of color that you work with, post their pictures. There's no reason to hoard it and put it in the background, put it on your pages. Even if it's one, it's better for me to see one person than none at all. Also, doing bridal shows is a great way to get into the business, okay, to get into diversifying your portfolio. You could so now this is a touchy one, because you can go ahead and gear your marketing towards bridal shows and focus on black couples, multicultural couples, but you have to think about this ethically, because we're also talking about keeping the Black dollar within the community. So look at your heart, look at where you're coming from and what you're trying and what clients you want to highlight, and use that when you're making your decision with with choosing to work with a Black bridal show. Also, when it comes to style shoots, Randy talked about this, but particularly when you put on a style shoot, you get to pick your vendors, you pick them. So really, there are no excuses as to why that particular style shoot cannot be diverse. Last but not least, I do want to say two really important things when it comes, last but not least, I want to add two more important things. When it comes to Black magazines, that's a great way to go ahead and start to, and Allison mentioned this earlier, she gave some examples of some Black magazines, but I do also want to add that there are also networking events that a lot of these magazines and a lot of spaces like Southern Noir has. Put yourself in those networking events. Start letting people know who you are, and choose the vendors. And this is not about talent here. There are too many talented Black vendors I refuse to believe that you're not able to find somebody that you can work with. Please make sure that you are being fair, equitable when you're making your decisions on who to work with. And this goes right into the situation with venues. When it comes to venues, Alana talked about this in the beginning, but I want to double down on that. I want to make sure that you are doing the very best as a venue to make sure that your preferred vendor lists are diverse. And the reason why I say that is it trickles down to the whole industry. A lot of brides start their research when it comes to the venues. That's one of the first things you book. So if you are going to be a venue in this industry, in the Raleigh-Durham, the Triangle, in the whole of North Carolina, the whole world, wherever you're located, please make sure that you are being diverse with the vendors that you put on your list. I can go on, but I'll stop right there.
Thank you so much, Tiwa. And to your point, the Southern Noir Bridal Experience welcomes everyone, absolutely, and as well as our events and things of that nature. Thank you, Brandy and Tiwa. All right, our next question is, how do white photographers diversify their portfolio without tokenizing Black couples or appearing to be performative? I'm gonna ask first Dawn this question of Michelle Dawn Photography.
Hey, so it's a very fine line, I believe, because on one hand, you want to diversify your portfolio, but you may not necessarily have the client base or the network to diversify. So I think that the first thing you need to do is question your motives. You know, what is the reason for you wanting to diversify your portfolio? What is your marketing strategy? What is your brand? Is your brand geared towards that? And if it is not, why are you wanting to gear your brand towards diversifying and including Black people and people of color? Once you figure that out for yourself, then you're able to then operate from a place of sincerity, where you actually know, okay, this is the reason why I am wanting to do a styled shoot or whatever, to include these images of Black people in my portfolio, and then you can move forward. Also, as many other people have said before me, including other vendors of color on your team when you're doing that. So that way it's not just this one Black face that you're photographing and then all of these other, you know, Caucasian vendors. It's a team and you all are coming together for the same purpose. Not using terminology that you feel is going to make your Black client feel comfortable. You know, I think that speaks for itself. You know, we don't necessarily have to hear slang in order to understand what it is that you're saying. So, you know, just treating us like we're human beings and treating us the way that you would want to be treated is a great way to not tokenize us, to not make things performative. You know, if you want to diversify your portfolio, maybe try second shooting with somebody who has a larger Black clientele. Styled shoots, as I mentioned before, with other Black vendors who, you know, can move things along and produce a great product at the end. Also, model calls, being very transparent when you're doing your model calls. Hey, I'm looking for diversity for my portfolio. I am looking for this type of client to photograph, and then moving forward with that. But it all just goes back to why are you doing this? And once you have your why and you figure out that it's for good purposes, for genuine purposes, and you're not just trying to have a sprinkle of a Black person here and you know, a sprinkle of this Black person's money in your pocket, then, you know, you can operate from a place of sincerity.
Awesome. Amber Robinson, would you like to share your thoughts about it?
Yeah, I first want to say that, white friends, when you start loving Black people the way you love Black culture, it becomes really easy to become diverse in what you do. So you love our music, you love the way we dance, you love our clothes, our fashion, but you really have to embrace that in your business as well. And whenever you start doing that, like the diversity really is easy. In my opinion, diversity starts, like Dawn was saying, like in your heart. So when you start changing the way your heart is, then everything else just kind of comes from the inside out. I would highly suggest, if you don't have diversity in your Instagram feed, if you're not showing that on your in your marketing on your website, find a Black photographer who is doing amazing work and study photographing Black skin with that person, because the last thing you want to do is to go out there and have a Black couple, but then like not really know like how to light them, how to edit that skin. And I have a rule of 9 that I use in my business, that in my top 9, I should be able to see everyone who I want to hire me. So if it is a couple of color, if it's a mixed race couple, if it is a family, if it is a same-sex couple, whenever you go to my Instagram, very intentionally I have, before you have to scroll anywhere, if you have a cell phone that was made in the last 5 years, you should be able to see in my 9 grid square who my ideal client is, who I want to hire me. So it really is just like, it starts here and then it moves out. And then I think maybe it was Joy that said, like, we really depend on our venues and our planners to really help drive the whole wedding experience, because those are the 2 first stops for most couples. Whenever I felt a need to incorporate same-sex couples into my wedding portfolio, one of the things that I simply did was I stopped using the term bride and groom together. And I started using couple, partner, spouse, whatever it is. And that small shift in the way I was marketing let people that are same-sex couples know that I am at least aware that there's a coupling that's not just man and woman, right? I put my preferred pronouns in my profile so that people in the LGBTQ community know, like, hey, we can probably go to her. So whenever you do a model call, whenever you have a styled shoot, please keep in mind that Black people come in all shades. We are not just the racially ambiguous girl with kinky curly hair, freckles, and light eyes. It is okay to use models of all shades and all shapes, because Black folks come in all sizes and all shades. So don't just like box yourself into like what you think is comfortable, because whenever we get out of the comfortable part, that's when we actually grow. So I'm encouraging you to grow, get uncomfortable, and get comfortable with being uncomfortable.
Yes, Amber, so good. And I can't wait for you to go back and see all those comments cheering you on. That was awesome. Okay, next up, and we're almost done, friends. Thank you for sticking with us. Okay, so we can all agree that there is a huge lack of cultural diversity in the marketing materials nationwide as well as in the South. Please speak to how online and print publications can strive to fix this and why this is so important. Dewan and then Donnell.
Oh, wow. So there has been for seemingly ever, publications have leaned to I would call an aesthetic that hasn't included our Black brides or brides of color. So much so that here of late, you see this increase, and I'm so thankful for publications like Southern Noir Weddings, like the Be Collective, like Munaluchi Bride Magazine, that were all birthed due to, brides of color or, people like myself not seeing ourselves in publications. Our weddings are absolutely beautiful. There's planners here, designers, florists that help our couples to have amazing wedding days. But many of the publications have not prefer to put those in print or online. So for the publications that want to make a change or do something different, I would ask them to be more intentional about doing it. You have to break away from, people out in a, patch of sunflower, fields and such, because our clients aren't really interested in that, right? A lot of our clients want to be indoors. They don't want to be outside and being hot on their wedding day. They have different interests. So for publications that want to showcase these beautiful weddings and these beautiful clients and the decor and the aesthetic that they prefer, I would say be intentional about doing that. If your publication is going to highlight, 6 weddings, include 1 or 2 weddings from Black couples or couples of color.
Thank you so much. And Donnell?
I couldn't agree with what Dewan mentioned earlier. There's a very limited selection of publications for Black weddings. If you've noticed over the years, there's Black Bride, Southern Noir Weddings, Mona Lucci Bride. I have noticed a shift over the past couple of years with other publications kind of adding some diversity. But I think it's important for some of these publications to look at the weddings they're publishing, look at the numbers and the percentages of Black weddings they feature. Maybe set a goal, 40 to 50% of their published weddings be from Black couples. Creating a partnership with Southern Noir Weddings. We have the community of vendors right here for them to be more inclusive and feature diversity, to set goals and really get the conversation going. Using 2 bright lights for inquiry submissions. I really think it's a great opportunity to kind of expand the tent of opportunity. And it's a win-win situation for the publication and the vendors.
That's awesome. Thank you so very much. Okay, we're about to get a little heavy here. Working in the South, where many venues have histories that once included slavery, what's the best way as a white vendor to be cognizant and respectful of the African American community in terms of working at these locations? Is there a way to move forward with weddings held now or in the future while showing respect and awareness of the dark history? First, we're going to ask Derek to share your thoughts on plantation weddings.
Well, honestly, I think that is an amazing question. And as we look at what is happening in our community now, it's very clear that a lot of people are making decisions and trying to bring clarity to a lot of the racial divide that is, dividing our nation. Historically, when we look in the South, we know that plantations, although they may be beautiful, they may look wonderful in publications, they have a very, very dark history. And it's woven in the fabric of slavery, and most of us, we're not that far removed from the era of slavery. And even though we had a Black president for 8 years, it does not stop the fact that there's a racial inequality and divide that continues to happen. So when you look at weddings, for say, that happen at plantations, most African Americans are not in support of having a wedding there, simply because of the dark history of what's happened. And most Black Americans have a deep ancestry of people who were slave. My great grandmother was a slave, and so it's very difficult to try to push the plantation venue on couples and things of that nature because of it's a systemic pattern that happened there at those venues, and so in order to be cognizant and be aware, you have to acknowledge the fact of what's happened there. Many slaves were buried in unmarked graves. Many slaves were tortured. And it even introduced the classism that happens even in the African American culture, where some slaves were working in the house and some slaves were working in the field. And so the racial divide is a continuum. It's a very, very dark reminder of what happened. When you look at slavery, you'll see that according to some estimation, over $97 trillion was pumped into the economy on the backs of slaves. And so many people are not just fans of it. So as a white vendor or those who work at venues, while that may be your preference, it is not the preference of most couples that may come to you or reach out to you to look for a venue. And I would just suggest that you also create some type of policy where you say, well, I'm not in favor of what happened here. And be very clear about educating couples and the people who come to inquire about those particular venues.
Thank you so much, Derek, for that. That was a mouthful and amazing. Yolanda?
I think the way you deal with it is to tell the truth. We are past the time of hiding and sugarcoating. Tell the truth about it. When you go to Mount Vernon in Northern Virginia, George Washington's home, you now learn about Sally Hemings, the enslaved woman that he impregnated. They don't brush that under the rug anymore. They used to, but they don't anymore. I would encourage you to tell the truth. Tell the truth on your website. Tell the truth when you talk to couples. Just tell the truth. It is what it is, or it was what it was. It was a slave plantation. Now we are doing this. Now we are doing weddings and events. But I would not feel comfortable with trying to pretend like a thing isn't a thing. I would also encourage you to focus on education. Connect with the public school system in your area or the private school system in your area. Offer tours, allow students, allow anyone who is interested to come there and to learn more, because this is the history of the United States of America. And you know the saying, if you don't know your history, you're bound to repeat it. And I think we need to keep that in the forefront and tell the truth.
So well said. Thank you so much to both of those panelists. And we're going to end with one final question, looking towards the future. We're going to ask Randall to touch on this. What is one step you think business owners can take to help foster the growth of the next generations of wedding professionals from communities of color?
Okay, I'll address this from 3 points, 3 very quick and brief points. But to the venues and other vendors, you know, when you're contacted by someone that's particularly new in the industry, listen, you know, follow up. Don't just be dismissive, and have a, you know, somewhat of a, you know, inviting tone with those new people in the next generation entering. You know, second, to the people entering, that if there are any on this call today, be ready, be prepared when you get that call. If you're not ready, reach out to someone out here now. You see us all here to help you get prepared, and don't burn any bridges. That's to the people, the next generation. That's my message to you. And then thirdly, to all of us, you know, invite a new person to an event. That I've had that opportunity, and it was very helpful. Even if they're not in the same field as you, maybe that's a little less intimidating. I think there's enough business for everyone out here, but you know, it happens. So if you don't feel comfortable inviting someone in your industry, you know, invite someone else out just to see how an event goes live, you know, so they can have an understanding and be prepared. And it's a lot. I mean, we know these things last for, you know, 10, 12 hours. It's a big production. And for someone that's new, it can be quite intimidating and discouraging. I mean, a lot of people have left because they didn't have the guidance. So I would say that, and just end on that note. I think relationships matter. I've said this before, and we have to, you know, be there for the next generation, and hopefully, you know, these types of events and calls won't be as necessary. I think we should continue to follow up, but if we start them off early, working together, I think it will be very instrumental and important for the future. Thank you.
Everybody, thank you so very much for hanging in with us for 34 additional minutes so that we can have some really engaging conversation about the different topics and questions that you guys submitted. On behalf of myself, Anissa, Southern Noir, Harmony Events, Ilana Walker Events, everything. Thank you all so much. Thank you to all the vendors that participated. And thank you so much to all of you who tuned in and registered for this. This has been absolutely amazing. We encourage everyone who has tuned in to the call of action and to the things that will truly help create equal equity into the industry for Black wedding vendors. Also, please don't forget that you received, oh, y'all probably can't see it, but please don't forget that you all received the social media graphic. Please, please, please tag at Southern Noir Weddings. Please tag at Harmony. Oh, Anissa, tell me what it is.
Harmony Weddings NC.
Thank you. And at Ilana Walker Events, please answer the 3 questions. So I know Southern Noir Weddings will definitely share those. And the other thing is June 30th, we are looking forward to doing another one that will span across the entire state. So we hope that you tune in for that one and want to participate in that one as well. Again, thank you so very much. And we hope that you guys had a great time and learned some things. And of course, myself and Anissa and all of the wonderful vendors that are present here, we are an open door if you all have any questions. And we look forward to connecting with you all. Bye, everybody.